Many people believe that the secret to prosperity lies in luck. Others think it's about intelligence or simply being in the right place at the right time. But Solomon, the wisest man who ever lived, revealed a much deeper principle. In Proverbs 12:24 he wrote, "The hand of the diligent will rule, but the lazy will be put to forced labor." In other words, Solomon shows us that prosperity is not sustained by chance, but by discipline. Think about this. It wasn't the lazy who ruled kingdoms. It wasn't the undisciplined who built fortunes. It was the diligent, those who, day after day, remained steadfast even when no one was watching. Discipline is not glamorous. It doesn't appear on magazine covers. No one posts on social media about the long nights, the solitary studies, the repeated practice, the mistakes and corrections no one sees. But it is there, in the silence of discipline, that greatness is built. And Solomon understood this. Imagine a king governing thousands of people, managing immeasurable wealth, leading armies, building majestic temples. None of that would have been possible without discipline. Discipline was the invisible foundation on which his prosperity rested. Now bring this into your own life. How many times have you started something with enthusiasm, only to abandon it after a few days? How many times have you made plans to prosper, but lacked the consistency to follow through? Initial enthusiasm may be the spark that lights the fire, but it is discipline that keeps the flame alive. And discipline doesn't have to be perfect. You don't need to take giant steps every day. The secret lies in taking consistent steps, a little every day, because over the long run, consistency always beats intensity. Take the example of the ant, which Solomon himself highlighted in another proverb. The ant has no leader, no overseer, yet it works throughout the summer, storing food for the winter. It doesn't act out of obligation, but out of discipline. While many waste time waiting for the perfect moment, the ant moves forward. Little by little, day after day, it builds its abundance. Now reflect with me. What would happen if you applied this principle to your finances, your projects, your dreams? Imagine that instead of giving up halfway, you remained faithful to your routine every single day. Imagine that instead of wasting time, you built brick by brick until the palace of your prosperity was complete. Discipline has the power to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary. It is what separates dreamers from achievers. And here's a fascinating detail. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it gets. At first it may feel difficult, painful, exhausting, but over time, what once seemed impossible becomes natural. What once felt heavy becomes light. What once required great effort becomes habit. Many people want prosperity but reject discipline. They want abundance but resist routine. They want wealth but run from responsibility. And that is why so many begin big projects but never reach the finish line. Solomon reminds us that the diligent rule, but the lazy end up serving. This is a harsh truth, but also a liberating one. Because if you decide to be disciplined, no matter where you are today, you are destined to rule over your life, your finances, your future. Now imagine this. What if, in the coming months, you chose to be disciplined in just one area of your life? Just one. Maybe saving a portion of your income. Maybe studying for 30 minutes each day. Maybe waking up earlier to plan your day before it begins. What would happen to you in a year, in 5 years? What seems small today, when accumulated with discipline, becomes monumental tomorrow. And here's the key. Discipline is not a prison, not a punishment. Discipline is freedom. Because while many are slaves to their impulses, their fleeting desires, their passing emotions, the disciplined are free. They don't depend on motivation or circumstances. They decide, and they follow through. And that is exactly why Solomon prospered so greatly. His discipline in seeking wisdom, in managing, in planning, in building, placed him on a level no other king reached. And if you apply this principle, you too can build a solid future. In the next episode, we'll go even deeper. Because discipline alone is not enough. You must also have direction. For the one who walks with discipline in the wrong direction only arrives faster at the wrong place. And Solomon reveals how to choose the right path toward prosperity. Get ready for episode 3, The Path to Wealth.